These 5 texts make every avoidant react. No chasing needed. Avoidants are some of the hardest people to emotionally connect with. You try to talk to them, and suddenly they vanish. You send a thoughtful message, and they leave you on read. You reach out again, and the more effort you put in, the more distant they become. But here's the twist almost no one understands. It's not you. It's the pressure. Avoidants don't shut down because they don't care they shut down, because their nervous system misreads closeness as danger. This isn't just attachment theory talk. Research from Stanford University and UC Berkeley shows that people with avoidant attachment have heightened stress responses when they feel emotionally cornered. You're simple, can we talk? Their brain hears, threat detected. You're, hey, just checking in. Their nervous system hears, prepare to retreat. This is why avoidants don't negotiate, don't explain, don't clarify. They disappear, not because they're cold, but because they're overwhelmed. But here's the good news. If you understand psychology, you can communicate in a way that makes an avoidant feel safe enough to respond, without chasing, pushing, or trying to get a reaction. Today, I'm going to give you the 5 texts that almost every avoidant reacts to. These aren't manipulation tactics, and they're definitely not games. They work because they remove pressure and invite the avoidant to approach on their own terms, which is the only way they naturally open up. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why avoidants pull back, why your efforts feel like they disappear into a black hole, and how to flip that dynamic, calmly, confidently, and without sacrificing your self-respect. Let's jump in. Text number 1, the Unbothered Life Update. Avoidants expect 2 reactions when they pull away. You chase them harder, or you get angry and go silent to punish them. So when you do neither, it instantly gets their attention. Text something like, started my photography project today, actually pretty excited about it. Or, got invited to gallery opening next weekend. Should be fun. 2 things matter here. No question mark. No emotional hook. No wish you were coming. No pressure. This works because avoidants are used to being the one controlling distance. Your message signals something they don't expect. You're still living your life. You're fine. You're centered. Their mind instantly wonders, why aren't you chasing? Why do you seem okay? Are you moving on? This curiosity is powerful, not because you're trying to make them jealous, but because you're communicating self-sufficiency. Avoidants are drawn to people who aren't emotionally demanding. You're showing them, without saying it, that your world doesn't collapse if they need space. And that's exactly what makes them more willing to come forward. Text number 2, the genuine interest ping. This one is incredibly effective because avoidants feel safest when the conversation isn't directly emotional. Send a message like, saw an article about sustainable architecture and thought of you, have you read it? Or, wasn't that championship you mentioned this weekend? How'd your team do? Notice, you're not asking about the relationship. You're not asking why they pulled away. You're simply showing that you remember what matters to them. Here's the psychology. Avoidants brace for emotional confrontation. Every time their phone lights up, their brain automatically prepares for we need to talk. But when your message is calm, specific, and connected to their interests, their defenses stay down. It feels safe. It feels neutral. It feels controlled. This is one of the easiest ways to reopen communication because you're not asking for vulnerability. You're inviting them into a topic where they already feel competent and relaxed. They might even text back with real enthusiasm because for once, they get to talk about something they enjoy without worrying about where the conversation is headed emotionally. Text number 3, the honest, calm boundary. Most people do 2 things when an avoidant pulls away. They chase harder or they leave angrily. Both trigger the avoidant's deepest fear, emotional chaos. Instead, send something like, I'm going to focus on my own stuff for a bit. Hope you're doing well. Or, I'm taking some space to reset. Wishing you a good week. No drama. No blame. No guilt. Just clarity. Here's why this works so powerfully. Avoidants are used to being the one who creates distance. When you calmly step back, it flips the dynamic in a healthy way. Suddenly, they're not the one retreating. You are, and that's confusing to them in the best possible way. They start wondering what you're thinking, why you're calm, and whether they've taken your presence for granted. Most importantly, this kind of message shows emotional maturity. It tells the avoidant, I'm stable, I'm not here to pressure you, and I respect myself. This is extremely attractive to someone who fears losing their independence. You're giving them space, but without disappearing in anger. That balance makes them far more likely to reach out, because this kind of clarity is deeply soothing. It proves you won't punish them for needing time. Text number 4, the low-pressure invitation. Avoidants don't dislike time with you. They dislike feeling obligated. So offer something that's easy to accept and easy to decline. Try. I'm grabbing a coffee at that new cafe on Saturday morning, if you want to join. No pressure. The golden phrase? No pressure. This sentence is a psychological release valve. It removes the fear that saying yes commits them to emotional evaluation. It also removes the fear that saying no will hurt you. And here's the hidden magic. You're making plans with or without them. You're not waiting. You're not begging. You're not asking. Do you want to hang out? You're inviting them into a moment that already exists. This creates freedom, and avoidants warm to freedom the way flowers warm to sunlight. Here's what happens in their mind. They see that you're making plans regardless of whether they participate. This removes a heavy weight of responsibility they usually feel. They can say yes because they want to, not because they're proving anything. And they can say no without feeling like they're hurting you. This creates psychological safety they rarely experience, which is why these invitations get more genuine responses than emotional check-ins ever will. Text number 5. The appreciation message with zero agenda. Avoidants carry a quiet fear most people never notice. They think they're bad at relationships. They've been criticized, told they're distant, told they don't communicate enough. So genuine appreciation, without any follow-up requests, touches a very sensitive, very human place inside them. Text something like, I was thinking about that advice you gave me last month. It really helped. Thank you. Or, I appreciate how honest you always are. It means a lot. Then stop. Don't add. Why can't you be like this more often? We need to talk. But lately you've been distant. Just appreciation. This works because you're speaking directly to the part of them that wants connection, but is terrified of failing at it. When you highlight what they do right, their nervous system relaxes. They don't feel judged. They don't feel pressured. They feel seen in a rare, safe way. You're seeing their efforts even when those efforts don't look like traditional emotional expression. It tells them, I see what you're doing, and it matters without turning it into a test. This makes them want to engage with you more because you're one of the few people who doesn't make them feel like a failure at relationships. And people, avoidant or not, move toward what feels safe. The bigger truth you need to hear. These texts work not because they're tricks, but because they remove the two things avoidants fear most, pressure and emotional unpredictability. But here's the part most people skip. Even if these messages help reopen communication, they won't magically turn an avoidant into a secure partner overnight. Real change happens only if they choose to do the internal work. Your job isn't to fix them. Your job isn't to chase them. Your job isn't to shrink yourself to keep them comfortable. Your job is to communicate clearly, calmly, and with self-respect, and then observe how they show up when the pressure is gone. If they respond, if they lean in, if they slowly open, good. If they still don't respond even when everything is safe and stable, then that gives you clarity too. It means they're simply not ready for the kind of connection you're capable of offering. And that's not your burden to carry. The right person will meet you halfway. The right person won't make you prove you're safe. The right person won't make you chase love like it's running from you. If this video helped you understand how to stop chasing and start attracting in a healthy, grounded way, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And in the comments, tell me this. Have you ever stopped chasing avoidant and watched them suddenly come forward? Until next time, take care of your heart. And remember, real love doesn't require you to lose yourself.